Welcome everyone. Thank you for choosing Night Sky.
Om Shanti, welcome, bonsoir à tout le monde. Un remerciement spécial pour être avec nous chaque jeudi soir pour le Night Sky Programme. Depuis 2 semaines, nous commençons une nouvelle series of reflections, une série de réflexions autour de la loi universelle qui guide nos pensées, guide nos comportements, guide nos actions, guide nous la vie. On appelle the universal laws, mental laws or universal laws. Jusqu'à présent, nous, dans la première session, nous réfléchissons the law of cause and effect, la loi de cause à effet qu'on appelle la loi karma. La dernière fois, nous avons the law of c'était quoi? C'était the law of attention. Ce soir, les points de réflexion assez importants parce que après avoir vu la loi cause à effet et la loi de l'attention, aujourd'hui nous pouvons regarder la loi qu'on appelle the law of control, la loi de contrôler. Le contrôle, c'est un mot qui nous tout au courant, nous connaissons quoi? And we feel very happy quand nous sentons en contrôle de la vie. Tout dans nos contrôles, tout peut passer comme nous voulons. So we are much pleased and much happy whenever everything is, working as per our wish, everything is under our control. And when things are not in our control, quand les choses ne marchent pas comme on le veut, pas sous nos contrôles, à ce moment-là, nous tout connaissons carrément. We feel stressed, worried, anxious, depressed, discouraged, hopeless, angry, jealous. Toutes les émotions et les sentiments négatifs envahissent nous quand nous perdons du contrôle sur quelque chose ou quelqu'un. Et toutes les choses sont en rose quand nous en contrôle de quelqu'un ou bien en contrôle de la vie ou bien les événements autour de nous. Alors, donc aujourd'hui, laisse-nous aller en profondeur, c'est quoi cette loi, the law of control? And how can we align our life with this law? Je vais passer une petite vidéo qui pour lance-nous une introduction générale. C'est quoi la loi du contrôle? Après, nous pourrons donner ma réflexion.
Today I could continue the discussion of the mental laws described and explained in the great book Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. And today I want to talk to you about the law of control. Now, defined, the law of control says that you feel positive about yourself to the degree you feel you are in control of your life. It's known in psychology as the locus of control. And what I have found is the people that are successful in life, the people that are happy and content and don't have a whole lot of baggage in their life, it doesn't mean they don't have things happen. It just means that they are more together. What I have found is they have a large sense of a locus of control. They really feel that they are in charge of their life, they are in control of their life, and that they are in control of their destiny. And those that I have found that are out of control, those that have chaotic life, usually think life happens to them, that they don't make life happen. Now, the no control, those that are in no control basically think that the world is out to get them, that they can have no control over their debt, they have no control over their job, they have no control over their relationships, which causes stress, and it manifests itself in things like anger, resentment, depression, and other illnesses. Those that have control over their life, they're generally happier, they're optimistic, they're positive, and they see the world and others as a friendly place to be. Similar to Einstein said, you have to decide, do you live in a hostile or a non-hostile environment, in a non-hostile or hostile world. So whether or not you think you do or not will have a large sense of the control you have within your life. Now, thinking with action gets you in control. Again, that's thinking, mental laws, but with action. You have to put action into place. So what do I mean? Well, you always have two decisions. So the first decision is you can get rid of the source that is causing the crap in your life. You can get rid of the job. Yes, you can get rid of the spouse. So you need to get rid of the things in your life that are causing negativity. The things in your life that are stopping you from being you. The things in your life that are telling you you're not good enough, or they're apprehending and stopping you from being your best self. On the flip side, you have a choice to embrace the things that are in your life. When you take control of your life, that means that when you take control of your life, you make others lose control. Okay, so when you take control, others have no control, such as an abusive spouse. How many times do you see or hear of an abusive spouse taking action and being harmful when the other has finally decided to leave? When that person has decided to take control of their life, the other person loses control. And so that's what you need to do. You need to get control of your life and get rid of the things in your life that are causing you disharmony or dis-ease, not at ease in your life. Now, from a selling perspective, selling comes from having a strong locus of control. You can only be successful in selling when you believe that you have control over your destiny. And the actions you take dictate the control you have. So making more calls, being friendlier, being more outgoing, learning more about the industry, these are actions that give you more control over your destiny. Start getting control of your sales career, of your business career, by taking action, and that begins by making calls. Now, if you found this video of value, please subscribe to the channel below, and you will be notified of new videos when they come out. I'm Aiden Rigg, and I will see you in the next video.
Pas mal de choses on a appris à travers cette vidéo-là. So we feel so positive when things are under our control. We feel we have the locus of control in our hands, and there is so much stress and so many negative emotions when we lose sense of control over our life. And our life is made up of so many areas. So let us look a little bit more in detail about this law, the law of control. And we try to see it from our own personal life perspective, to be able to grasp the meaning, the value of this law, and how can we align this and use it to make our life more successful and happier. On peut partager avec vous quelques pensées. Share. I hope you can all see it. So in the series of the 8 mental laws, this is the third after the first 2 that we did the previous week, the law of control. So in general, this is the general feeling about and the general meaning about the law of control. Just going to put this up. So we all feel good when we are in control of our life, and we all feel very negative and very bad about ourselves, very sick about our life and ourselves when things are not in our control in our life. Donc, dans la psychologie, il y a une chose qui s'appelle the locus of control. So, there are things we want to be under our control. And sometimes we are not so happy when people try to, take that locus of control and try to control us. We want to control time. We want time to be under our control. And we feel much stress when we don't have time, we lack time. Or sometimes we have too much time and don't know how to use them. So we feel that we are losing control over time, especially deadlines, judgment line short of time. So it gives a lot of stress and frustration when we feel that time is not in my control. And we try hard to take control over time. We try hard to take control over others in business, in education, etc. Nous rentrons dans la compétition, nous n'avons pas un contrôle sur les autres, nous envie les autres. Pense comment nous, faire comment nous, accepter nos idées, accepter nos décisions, accepter ce qu'ils peuvent faire. So we always want others to be in our control, and even in relationships and in family relationship between husband and wife, or parents and siblings and children, we always want to have control over the other. And we feel very, very bad, very negative when others try to control us, or we lose control over others. Like parents feel very frustrated when they are unable to control their children, right? And so we look for being able to control things, control the different areas in our life, professional, family, relationship, health. We get so much of headache, and we become so negative when our health is not in our control, because we feel that when things are under our control, we feel power in our hand. So we want to control our life, and we feel very powerful when we're able to do that. We try to control people, and we feel great power when we're able to do that. But there is something else also where we have to think about. What about controlling myself? Yes, I try to control my finance, my money, what I spend, what I earn. I try to control people out there in my business, in my whatever studies. I try to control people in my family, my relationship. But there is something that we're going to introduce to you today is taking control over myself, over my thoughts. So to the extent you control your thoughts, so you will control your destiny. On a vu ça dans la première session, lorsqu'on avait fait la loi de cause à effet, the law of cause and effect. And we say that thoughts are the causes and situations in our life are the effects. So what will be our thought, that will be the situation. So if we want a situation where our destiny is in our control, it should start with our thoughts. But how does that happen? And how do we make that connection? Thought and my life, thought and my destiny. Alors, une très belle pensée que j'ai vue quelque part, the only person you have control over. Usually in our life, we want, to control others. I want to control my wife. I want to control my husband. I want to control my children. I want to control people I work with. I want to control situations in my life. I want to control everything because that gives me pleasure, that makes me feel powerful. But in fact, our life experience, our reality shows us that the more we try to control situations and people out there in different areas in our life, the more we get stressed and frustrated. And this is one of the reasons why our stress keeps growing, our frustration keeps growing, our anger keeps growing, our discontentment with things around keeps growing, because we keep on trying to control things that are not totally under our control. So let's say, for example, if you make a list of all the things you're trying to control, and every time you lose control over the things of people, then what happens to you? So that's why all these, all these negative feelings in our life and negative emotions in our life. And so we should understand from the very beginning that there are things that are in our control to 100%. And there are things which are our control, we may say 50-50, but there are certain things that are totally out of our control. We have no control over them. Let's say weather. Do we have control over weather? It rains, it rains. It doesn't, operate as per my wish. Like climate change, like so many things out there. Politics in our country and so many other things that are out of our control. Even our health is not totally in our control. We try our best to control our health, but what happens? So we should understand that life is made up of three areas. If we draw a long line, a horizontal line, I don't know if you have a sheet of paper or notebook by your side, and if you draw just one long line, horizontal, avec deux flèches qui continuent, donc c'est une continuum line. And if in the middle, you put a dot or a sign in the middle, you put 50% control. And on your left end, you write 0% control. And on your left is 0%, in the middle of the line, 50%, and at the end of the line, in the far right hand, if you put 100% control, then you can take it as a homework. What are the things that over which I have 0% control? I know I can never control. And what are the things that I have 50-50 control? Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I should accept that. It's 50% control. And on your right far end of your line, of your continuum, what are those things? I have 100% control. And I'm absolutely sure after doing this exercise, there'll be only one answer under the 100% control. And this is what this code that I'm showing you is trying to explain to us. It is trying to make us understand the only person you have total control, 100%, it is yourself. You can change how you see a situation or remove yourself from it, but you cannot change the other person. So many situations, there are so many people in our life, but we have no control over them. We can't change any person, we can't change any situation. But what we can do is I can change myself. I can remove myself from that situation. I can start bringing change in myself instead of trying to change people who are, which is completely, absolutely impossible to change. So this is where this law of control helps us to understand things and then to manage our situation and manage people and keep ourselves growing and happy and contented. So please do have some time, make some time for yourself to do this exercise. Things that have 0% control from your life, things I have 50% control and things I have 100% control. And I'm sure there'll be only one answer under 100%, and that would be control over myself. And this is where we start working on. So this is the first reflection I'm sharing with you. You are going to draw that line I asked you to draw. If you have paper or a notebook, or even mentally, just draw a long horizontal line in your forehead and on your left. Things you have 0% control. List all the areas, situations where you feel a lack of control, uneasiness, concern, stress. So I give you 2-3 minutes. Try to make a list of all those areas, situations where currently, oublions le passé, on ne sait pas qu'est-ce qui nous attend dans le futur, mais à présent là, quelles sont les situations où vous voyez que vous avez perdu contrôle, vous vous sentez mal à l'aise, vous êtes très concerné, vous êtes stressé. Make a list. At least 2-3 areas or situations in your life. So 2-3 minutes just to give you time to list them down. You list it on a paper, that would be best. Mais si vous n'avez pas un morceau de papier avec vous, do it mentally. Maybe health, you feel you lack control there, you're unable to see things happening as you want to, or children or spouse or business or money or relationship, whatever. List area, situation in your life that you're going through currently, and you feel a lack of control. And that is giving you a lot of stress, concern, uneasiness, making you very negative. I'm sure it's done. It's so easy to identify areas in our life that give us stress and make us worried or make us feel very discontent, discouraged. I'm sure it's clear in your mind. Okay, we move to the next reflection. Something very positive now. We have positive situations also, positive experiences also in our life, where we feel things are in our control. So please try to identify 2 areas or 2 situations in your life where you feel a very high sense of control. You feel very confident. You feel you are a master. You feel a mastery. You feel confidence. You feel a high sense of control there. Maybe your studies, your work, your hobbies, your health, your social life. It could be any area, your finance, your whatever. You're the only one who can do that. So try to look for 2 areas, 2 situations in your life where you feel a high sense of control, high sense of confidence and mastery. You're really good at. Maybe organizing parties, or I don't know. You're very good at, in the family or in your couple relationship or at your work, any 2 areas, situations where you feel a high sense of confidence, mastery, things are happening as you wish. I'm very sure you'll be able to find at least 1 or 2 such situational areas. Let's move to the next reflection. From your first list, the list of the areas where you feel really stressed, concerned, because things are going out of control. So identify 1 area in your list and break it down into those aspects which you can control and those aspects which you can't control. Let's say, for example, I choose the area of my health and I feel very much stressed there. So I take health as the heading, and then I start breaking it down into 2 columns. The first column will be which aspect of my health issue are there, my health. I can break down that area of health into exercise, diet, medication, natural healing, massage, I don't know it. So you would know your health. This is just an example. You can take finance, you can take children, you can take family, you can take social life, you can take hobbies, you can take any area of your life. Then you break it down into sub-areas or into subtitles ou sub-aspects. Vous allez casser ce gros thème, ce area, cette domaine de votre vie, en plusieurs sous-thèmes. Comme j'ai donné l'exemple de la santé. Any of those areas where you feel highly stressed. For example, if I choose family, then I break it down. Wife, children, conflict, I don't know, misunderstandings, whatever. Finance, whatever is connected to your family. So you take that one problem and then you break it down into different levels, into different aspects. Because even one area in our life can be divided or subdivided into so many sub-areas. And then when you've been able to break down that area, then you separate those areas where you have control, you can control, and those areas you can't control. For example, I want to improve my health is giving me big stress. Then I make a list of those areas or those aspects in my health area where I have control. For example, my diet, my exercise, my visiting a doctor, these are things under my control. And the other column could be it's hereditary, things I can't control, test results are negative, so it's test result, I can't change test result, whatever. So you make two columns and you break it down into two columns. The first column, those aspects in that area where I can control, things I can do. And those aspects in that health area, which I can't control, I have absolutely no control. J'espère que c'est clair. Hein? Donc vous allez sélectionner ce domaine de votre vie qui vous donne un gros stress, qui sont en train de créer des problèmes pour vous. Vous avez perdu du contrôle. Vous allez diviser ce domaine dans votre vie. Moi, j'ai donné l'exemple de la santé, ça peut être n'importe quel domaine, vous allez savoir. Vous allez le subdiviser, le casser en plusieurs aspects. Quels sont les aspects que je peux contrôler, je peux faire quelque chose, et quels sont ces aspects que je ne peux rien faire. Séparer les deux. So break that area into two. Make a list of those things you can control in that area and make a list of those things you can't control in that area. Take one more minute to make the list. For example, it's a relationship at home with my spouse or my children or my in-laws. I can put in under the column things I can't change. I can't change my in-laws. I can't change my spouse. I can't change my children. And on the column things I can change myself. I can change my outlook. I can change my reaction. I can change my response. So make a list of things you can change and make a list of those things you can't change. Just separate the two. Now I draw your attention on this next slide, which says thoughts and time are the two biggest treasures which is in our hands. Thoughts are in our hands because we create thoughts. So things I can control, my thoughts. And time, yes, some may say, no, time is not in our control, because we all complain, how can we control time? Time is flying, time is rushing, time is running away, time is running out. How can we control time? But then it's good to realize that what's time? Time is eternal. Who can stop time? Who can start time? We just try to measure it, but are we able to measure it? It's eternal. It exists. And even if your time has timed out, you still have time. Even when you die, time continues. So time is eternal. So these are the two biggest treasures we have in our life. Thoughts, which we create, and time, which is eternally there. We just feel that we don't have time, but it's there. So realize these two biggest treasures. And these are the two treasures which are in our hands and so under our control. And with these two, we can start taking control of the things we can control. Remember the two columns, the two lists? Yes, there'll always be things you have no control, but there'll always be things you can control because of the true treasures which are in your hands, your thoughts and the time you have. So have a determined thought, because that is in your hand, and get started now. Because yes, time is in three aspects: past, present, future. The past has passed, the future you don't know, but there is a time called now. So have a determined thought and get started now. Look at your list and start doing things you can control, and don't waste your thought and time. The two biggest treasures. In trying to control things you can't control because it's on your list and you have put it there. So don't waste thoughts, waste time. Because thoughts and time is what makes life. Don't waste life. Invest thought and time on things you can control. And have a determined thought and get to it now. So, on termine avec tout ce qu'on a réfléchi, on a partagé, just to make a sum up. So things to remember: you're the creator of your thoughts, and so with your thoughts, you're the creator of your own destiny. Remember, time is eternal. Thoughts are yours, you create them, and with those thoughts, you create your life and your future, your destiny. Time is always there, time is eternal. Start with what you can control, and don't waste your life in things you can't control and make yourself unhappy. Start with things you can control and be happy. Give yourself a chance. Don't say, oh, j'ai essayé, mais ça n'a pas marché. Give yourself a chance. Be positive, be lucky, be happy. And before saying thank you, I just would like to share this code, which you can see on the screen. Press on. Time is now. And thought is yours. Obstacles are seldom the same size tomorrow as they are today. La vie est en perspective. Tout ce qu'on voit aujourd'hui, peut-être l'île au zoom là, mais après, tout change. Il n'y a aucun problème, il reste pareil dans la vie. Same size, same shape, same color. Life keep changing in size, shape, color, font, and whatever you want. So in the same way, the problem we're facing, the concern, the stress won't stay the same. It is going to change. Maybe not disappear tomorrow, but definitely it is going to change in shape, in size, in form, in color, in impact. Everything fades out. So give yourself a chance and let luck be yours. So thank you for your attention for tonight's session on the law of control. It's something I would like to share with you. We usually want to control others. But then remember, when we lose control, we feel very unhappy. So in the same way, when I try to take control over someone, remember, you're making that person lose his control. And so making him unhappy. C'est C'est pas trop évident à réaliser, mais plus l'on prend contrôle sur d'autres, c'est comment dire, quand quelqu'un en contrôle nous, we're so unhappy. We want to be in control. But remember, à chaque fois que you try to control someone, you're making that one lose control. So make him give him sorrow. So why not harmonize instead of taking power of others, or taking power of the others? So thank you. It's a very large topic, and you have plenty of space and time in your life to look into, reflect, and move ahead in your life, understanding these universal laws and trying to use them and apply them in our daily life. So all the best, be lucky, be happy. Om Shanti. Bonne soirée. À jeudi prochain pour le thème prochain. Le thème prochain, c'est The Law of Belief. Très intéressant. So we're going to meet next Thursday. Next Thursday, we won't start at 8. We'll start at 8:15 because before that, I have another online with people in the legal field, which is going to finish at 8. So I need some 10 minutes to put everything and wrap everything from the previous and put everything ready for the next. So I request some of your patience for next Thursday. It will start around 8:10, not 8 exactly, because there'll be an online before that. So thank you and good night. Om Shanti.